This is the beginning or the first step for us to begin our textured hand project. So we're going to trace our hand. So we lay our hand up, and I'm going to slide this up a little bit here for you, where your wrist is coming off the page here. You want to spread your fingers, and you don't want to be too far from the top, if you can see here where I'm at. And then you're going to hold your pencil straight up. If you tilt your pencil sideways and you lift up your hand, it's going to give you like a skeleton bone look, or I call it chicken fingers or feet. So start by your wrist and go ahead and trace, holding your pencil straight up. I have long fingernails, so I'm going to skip over the fingernails. You can see me picking my pencil up here. And I'm keeping my pencil straight up. It's very important. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to continue drawing all the way down off the page. So there's some cleanup I need to do here. So where I skipped over my fingernails, I'm going to just curve. And I'm going to clean up this right here, and then close my thumb. And then down here, I'm just going to get rid of that little bracelet that was right there and clean that up. Now I'm going to divide my hand up into sections. You want to do the same thing. And then we're going to come across and come right there. Now I want to make this hand look like it's coming out of the earth. So I'm going to start up here about midway, come out, do a zigzag. Let me fix that. So come out, do a zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. And then you can just kind of draw your earth line going across here. And so it should look like your hand is coming out of the earth. So I'm going to I'm going to erase these lines underneath here. So this is just the first part. So now what you're going to do is take your iPad and stand above this picture and open up the camera feature and take a picture of your hand, and this will put your picture in the photo areas, and then we'll move on to the next part of this lesson. Next part of the lesson, we're going to go to Procreate. You're going to open up your stack. As you can see, I've done here. Open up your stack. Then you're going to choose the word photo, and you're going to find the photograph of your hand that you took a picture of. Now when you shrink it, it should take up the whole screen. So mine, you can see the table around it. So I'm going to go up to the wrench. I'm going to choose canvas. I'm going to choose crop and resize. And then I'm going to resize it to where the only thing I see is the paper. I don't want to see anything else. Once I've adjusted it, I'm going to click on done. And now all I see is the paper. So let's go ahead and we're going to label this drawing. So tap on the layer, choose rename, and then call this layer drawing. So we never ever color or trace on the original drawing. So let's go ahead and tap on the plus sign to add a new layer. We're going to choose black, and our brush is going to be from Calligraphy Monoline brush. And the size of our brush is going to be, I want to say, let's go with size 30 or 30%. And you're going to trace. Now remember, when you're tracing, all lines have to touch each other, and the lines going off the page have to go completely off. So as I'm drawing here, that line has to go completely off the paper, or when we go to drop color and so forth, it's going to flood the entire thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that straight line feature where I hold my stylus still, and I'm going to come across here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trace the angles here, and what I'm doing is I'm simply holding the pencil in place, lifting the pencil and then retouching it and holding it in place to create straight lines. Okay, now I'm going to come down here making sure that I'm touching the bottom line here. I'm going to come down and I'm going to start tracing my hand, trying to stay as close as I can, to my actual drawing. And when I come down here to the bottom, I'm going to make sure those lines are touching. So those lines are touching right here and right here, making sure they touch so that there's no flooding that's going to take place. And then I'm going to come across and hold my line until it straightens up. I'm going to do that on each one of these sections. Okay, so this is what I need for the first part of the lesson, and I'm going to go ahead and go down to the drawing layer, and I'm going to click on that little white box and uncheck it, and then look real close and make sure that all my lines are touching, and where I see there's an overlap, I'm going to go in and clean that up. And I may come right here just to make sure. And then clean up my edges here. And once you get to this point, go ahead and go up to the wrench and save your work as a Procreate to your Google Drive.